Hey there, HackerFrogs. It's me, the Shy Hat. And what we're doing today is we're going to be working through two different sections of the Hackmyvm.eu website. So Hackmyvm is quickly becoming my favorite new place to do hacking. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working through a couple of sections in this website. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to work through the beginners CTF labs over here. They've got three of them. They've got one called Venus, which is for beginners, one called Hades, which is for advanced people, and there's one called Temperance for people who like to do programming, apparently. So what we're going to be doing first is I'm going to do some walkthroughs of the exercises over at the easy level CTF labs, which is called Venus. And then after that, maybe we'll do that for about an hour. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be working on some easy level virtual machines over at Hackmyvm.eu. So they have a lot of these different machines. So over here, you can take a look at all of the virtual machines they have over here. It works very much like the machines from services like Hack the Box or VulnHub, which is probably its most direct analogy. And these are standalone boxes that you're supposed to hack against. And we're going to be doing some of those after we're done with the Venus CTF labs. All right. So if you want to take a look at the website, you can do so over here. I'm going to provide the link in chat. And if you want to use the service, I recommend making an account for yourself. But you don't actually need to create an account to join in with us, because over at HMV Labs, so these are the CTF labs. I'm going to go to the main page for this beginner lab, which is called Venus. So over here, let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay. So it says over here, welcome to HMV Labs Chapter 1 Venus. Do you love Linux and CTFs? W2F, so you are like us. Enjoy practicing your Linux skills to get the flags and find the password to log in as other users. This is a beginner level, so enjoy and be patient. All right, so what we need to start is we need to use our SSH client to connect to Venus using the following data. So we have a host name, which is venus.hackmyvm.eu. We've got a port number, which is 5000. We have a user, which is hacker, and a password, which is have fun! So we can use this information to connect to the Venus CTF labs and then start our exploration. All right. So if you need this information, I'm going to provide it in the chat so that you can have a reference. So what we need to do to begin is we need to start up an SSH terminal. So we can just go over and start up our SSH terminal. I'm going to make the text nice and big so that we can all see what's going on. And then let's start connecting using SSH. So it's SSH hacker at venus.hackmyvm.eu on port 5000. Okay, so after you've typed in this command, you should be able to log in as long as you have SSH on your computer. So you can access these labs using almost any computer, I would say. So both Mac and Windows both have a terminal that you can access, and you should be able to use SSH from those terminals as well. So we're going to log in, and then it's going to ask us for the password. And the password is have fun! All lowercase, no spaces. So we just need to type it in, HAVEFUN! And then hit enter, and then we'll be logged in. So what you'll see over here in your home directory is this file over here called readme.txt. So this contains the game's rules. So let's take a look at it. So cat readme.txt, and we'll go up to the top. There is a Spanish version as well as an English version, and we're going to read the English version. So it says, "Hello Hackser. Welcome to the HMV Lab Chapter 1 Venus. This is a CTF for beginners where you can practice your skills with Linux and CTF, so let's start. First of all, the home of each user is in the /pwned/user, and in it you will find a file called mission.txt, which will contain the mission to complete to get the password of the next user. It will also contain the flags.txt file, which if you're registered at the website over here, you can enter to participate in the ranking. This is optional. For a bit of improvisation, there are secret levels and hidden flags. You will not have write permissions in most folders, so if you need to write a script or something, use the /tmp folder. Keep in mind that it is frequently deleted. And last and not least, some users can modify the files that are in the folder /www. These files are accessible from http://venus.hackmyvm.eu. So if you get a user that can modify the file /www/hi.txt, you can put a message in it and it will be reflected in the website, venus.hackmyvm.eu/hi.txt. If you have other questions, ideas, and want to comment to us anything, you can join our Discord at this link right here. Remember, there are more people playing, so be respectful, hack, and fun. All right, so these are the instructions. Basically, what we need to do is we need to fulfill some sort of requirement in each level and then become the next user to continue the game. So let's go down to the bottom. We'll clear the terminal, and then we're going to take a look at the mission for this level. So we're going to cat mission.txt, and this is mission 01. So it looks like they're numbering these with hex numbers. So user Sophia has saved her password in a hidden file in this folder. Find it and log in as Sophia. So the goal of the level is to find the password in the hidden file in this folder and then log in as Sophia. So that will be the next level. So what we do is we take a look at hidden files by using the -a flag on the ls command, and that's going to let us see hidden files. So we see here that inside of this directory, there's a number of hidden files, but there's this hidden file over here that's called my hidden paths. So it's .myhiddenpaths, and all files inside of a Linux system that begin with the dot are going to be hidden from the normal command output of the ls command. So if we do ls, we see that there's just mission.txt and readme.txt, but if we use the a flag on the ls command, we see that we can see all of these different directories over here. Okay, so let's take a look at the file .myhidden.paths. Well, myhiddenpaths. Okay, so this should have the password for the next level. So let's read that. And this should be the password for the next level. So what we're going to do is we're going to start recording these. So I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to create a new tab. And that's going to create another tab for my terminal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to echo into, I should probably move into my temporary directory just to be a little bit more organized. Okay, so I'm going to echo, and I'm going to echo into a specific file, and let's call this one Venus _pass.txt. Okay, so we're going to paste in the password, but we're also going to paste in, let's see, so this one is level 2, so 02, and that is the user Sophia. Okay, so we're going to echo this into this password file that we're creating over here so that we can keep track of our levels, our usernames, and our passwords. Okay, so we're going to do that, echo that command, and then we're going to cat this file out. So we have our first password. Okay, great. So before we move on to the next level, let's take a look at let's take a look at a hidden directory that I saw over here. So I see there's this hidden directory over here that is in the hacker group, and it is this triple dot directory. So the triple dot directory is another hidden directory. So let's try entering it and see if there's some more secrets in there. So we're going to enter the directory. Oh no, this is not a directory, it's a file. Okay, so let's see if we can read the file. Okay, and this seems to be some sort of hidden flag right here. So this is a little secret for us. All right. So let's exit, and then let's log in to the next level. This is the second level of the Venus CTF lab, and this time we're going to be logging in as the Sophia user. All right, and we're also keeping track of the passwords. So the Sophia user's password is this right here. So we're going to copy it, and then we're going to move back, and we're going to log in with the SSH. Okay, so it's asking for the password, so we just need to paste in the password, paste in the password, and then hit enter. Okay, and now we're logged in. Okay, so we see here that there is another mission.txt file. So let's take a look at what we need to do for this mission. Okay, so this is mission 2, level 2. It says the user Angela has saved her password in a file, but she does not remember where. She only remembers that the file was called whereismypaz.txt. Okay, so we have a user who has a file somewhere on the file system, and the way we would find this is by using the find command. So what we need to do is we need to use find in the entire file system, and then we need to provide a name. So the name is going to be whereismypaz.txt, and then all of the error messages we're going to divert to the dev null file, which means that all of the error messages are not going to be shown. So we're going to search the entire file system for the name of a file, which is whereismypaz.txt. Okay, so let's fire off this command. And it turns out that it is in this directory right here, user/user/share. And what we're going to do is we're going to read the file in order to get the password for the next level, which is the user Angela. So let's read the file. Okay, and this is the password for the next level. So before we finish, we're going to be recording this in our password file. So it's going to be, we're just going to highlight this and then go to our other tab. And we're going to echo to the venuspass.txt file. We're going to paste in the password, but we're also going to paste in 03 Angela, because that was the name of the user specified in the last level. Okay, so, oh no, I think I shouldn't have done that. So what we want to do is we want to add to the file. So we need to use the double greater than symbol. Okay, so now that we've done that, if we were to cat out this file, okay, so hold on, let me eliminate the first line in this file with a quick nano. So now if we read the file, venuspass.txt, we've got our passwords and we've got our usernames, okay? So now we're ready to log into the next level, which is level 3. So we're gonna copy this password. Actually, we don't need to copy the password yet. Okay, so over on the terminal, we're gonna exit, and then we're going to log in as the next user. So this time, we're logging in as the Angela user. Okay, it's going to ask us for the password, so we need to go over to our password file and grab the password and copy it. And then we're going to paste in the password and hit enter. And now we're logged in. So let's take a look at the mission for this level. So this is level 3, and it says the password of the user Emma is in line 4069 of the file findme.txt. Okay, so how exactly do we look at specific line numbers inside of a file? So if we take a look at the findme.txt file, we'll see that there's a lot of potential passwords over here. So we couldn't possibly guess at what the password is, but we see that the mission says that it is line 4069 of this file. So what we can do is we can use the sed program inside of Linux to specifically look at line 4069 in the file findme.txt. So the syntax would be sed and then -n, and then the line number 4069, and then p for line number, and then specify the name of the file. So it is findme.txt. So when we run this, we see that this is the password for the next level, which is the user Emma. Okay, so all we need to do is copy the password, and then over in our other tab, we're going to add this to our password file. So this is going to be level 4, and it's going to be Emma, and we're going to paste in the password over here. Okay, and we're going to add to the venuspass.txt file over here. Okay, so now we're finished. So we can go over to the terminal and we can exit. All right, so this is the next level of the Hackmyvm.eu Venus game, and this one is level 4. The username that we're supposed to log in as for level 4 is Emma. and we're going to try to log in using SSH. It's going to ask for a password, and we're going to grab the password from our password file over here. And then we're going to paste in the password, hit enter, and we'll logged in. Okay, so we have our mission.txt file, which is going to explain what we should do for the level. We're going to read that file. Okay, so this is mission 4, and it says user Mia has left her password in the file, this dash right here. Okay, so the problem is if we try to read this directly by using the cat command, then our terminal is going to hang because Linux interprets this symbol right here as a special symbol, so it isn't able to read the file like that. So in order to unstick our terminal, we're going to use the Control-C keyboard shortcut, and that's going to let us get back our terminal access. So the way that we read this kind of file is that we have to directly reference the directory that we're in order to read the file. So we're going to cat and then / and then the name of the file, which is dash. So if we do it like this, we're directly referencing the file, and we're able to read the file, which is this. And this is the password for the next level, which is the Mia user. So let's copy the password and then go over to our other terminal where we're recording the passwords, and let's echo out this new password to our password file. So the next level is level 5, and the username is Mia, and the password we're going to paste in, and this will be added to our Venus_pass file. Okay. All right. So if we read the file over here, we've got our collected passwords and usernames over here, and we can keep on going with this. Okay. So the last thing we need to do for this level is we need to log out. So we're going to exit. Oh, before that, let's see if this works. So if we try to use cat with the dash in between these double quotes, let's see if this works. So this doesn't work either. And let's try it with our single quotes. This doesn't work either. Okay. So I'm actually kind of curious as to what exactly the Linux terminal interprets this command as. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my good friend ChatGPT what it thinks is the problem here. Okay, so let's go over to ChatGPT and ask it the question. If we use the Linux terminal and we are trying to read a file named, and we use the command, actually I'm going to put these between some backticks, so maybe this is the proper way to do it. What will happen? Oh, it's thinking about it. I don't think it gets this question very often because it's taking a long time to respond. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop it, and we're going to regenerate this prompt. So let's copy this. Actually, let's just send this again. It seems like it really doesn't want to answer this question. Let's try asking another chat model. So let's try asking Gemini and see if we can get some better results. So Gemini chat. Okay, let's chat with Gemini. And we're going to paste in the prompt. Oh, did I not copy the prompt? Oh, we got a response from ChatGPT. Okay. So if you use the command cat dash in the Linux terminal, it reads from standard input rather than a file. This means that the terminal will wait for you to input text, and once you finish typing and press Control D to enter the signal the end of the input, it will display the text that you entered. Okay? To read a file, all right, so what it's trying to do is it's trying to read from standard input, and that's what the minus would cause it to do. Interesting. Okay, so let's move on to the next level, everybody. Okay, so we're going to exit, and we're going to use SSH to log in as the Mia user. It's going to ask for the password, so we're going to go over to our other terminal and copy the password. Then we're going to go back and we're going to paste the password in and log in. Okay, so let's take a look at the mission.txt file for this level. Okay, so this is level 5. It seems that the user Camilla has left her password inside a folder called Here I Am. All right, so this seems like another level where you have to do a file system search. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the find command, and we're going to look for the folder. So we're going to use the type switch inside of find, and we're going to look for a directory, type D, and we're going to look for a specific name, and that specific name is Here I Am. So finally, what we're going to do is we're going to put all of the error messages in the dev null file, which means we're not going to see any error messages. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, it looks like it's in the op directory. So let's take a look at what's in that directory. Okay, so in that directory, there's a hidden file called .here. Okay, so I suspect that the password is in that directory, in that file. So let's use the cat command. So it's /opt/HereIam /.here. Okay, and this is the password for the next level. So the next level's user is named Camilla. So we're going to copy the password. And then we're going to move over to our other tab where we're keeping track of the passwords. And we're going to echo to level 6. This is Camilla, and the password is this right here. And we're going to add to our password file. So let's do that. Okay, so now we are finished. So back on the server, we're going to exit. And let's move into the temp directory here as well. Okay, so let's log into the next level, which is Camilla. It's going to ask for the password. We're going to get the password from our other tab over here, and then paste it in and log in. Did I spell that correctly? Let me grab this Oh, Camilla's not this password. This is Camilla's password. I grabbed the wrong password. Okay, so we're going to paste in the password and log in. All right, so let's take a look at the mission.txt file. So this is level 6. it says the user Luna has left her password in a file inside the muak folder. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take a look at, we need to find the muak folder. Actually, no, the muak folder is right here. Okay, so let's take a look inside the muak folder. So we're going to move into the folder, and then we're going to see what's in here. So there's a bunch of other folders inside of the muak folder in here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to hold on. Let me take a look at the mission one more time. So we're going to cat mission. Okay. Inside a file inside the muak folder. So we need to locate a file inside the muak folder. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do find in the muak folder. So muak. And then we're going to look for files. So it's type -type and then F. And then we're going to pass to that some zargs. And for every file it finds in there, we're going to run the file command on it to see what kind of file it is. Okay, so let's run that. And we found one file inside of there, inside this directory, muak 111.111 muak. This is an ASCII text file. Okay, so we can read this file using the cat command. So let's just copy the file path and then paste it in and read the file. Okay, so this is the password for the next level, which is the Luna user. So we're going to copy the file, and then we're going to move over to our other tab and fill in the information. Okay, so this next level is level 7, and it is the Luna user. And we're going to paste in the password over here. Okay, so we're going to copy this password because we're going to be using it to log into the next level. All right, so let's exit. And then let's SSH into the next level, which is the Luna level. So everybody, if you want to play along, we have this information right over here. And if you want to start from level 1, you can go ahead and use this information to use SSH to log into the server. If at any time you want to join in with the current level that we're at, please let us know in the chat and we will give you the password and the username for the current level so you can play along with us. Okay? And we haven't had a redeem in a while, so let's do a fun little redeem for everybody in the chat. So let's see what's in the store. Hold on. So I've got a Streamlabs store where we can redeem all of our fun video redeems. Let me pull this up. Okay, so let's do a good old-fashioned hack the planet, just for everybody in chat. Hack the planet! Hack the planet! All right, so let's continue. So we're going to log in as Luna at, so that is the next level of the game. I think it's level 7, but let's check. This is level 7. Okay, so I'm going to copy this password and we're going to paste it in. Okay, so let's read the mission.txt file for this level. So this is level 7, and it says the user Eleanor has left her password in a file that occupies 6969 bytes. Nice. Okay, so in this case, we're using the find command again, and we're going to search the entire file system for a file. So type F, and we're going to specify a size, and that is 6969C. MVD Surrendra Reddy has just subscribed. Thank you very much, Surrender Reddy. And let's give you a little video redeem. We're going to give you Go to Hack.
Mr. Hat, may I please be excused from class?
Well, Kyle.
Yes.
You hear me? You go to
Hack.
You go to
Hack.
You
Have a great day.
I hope you're having a great day. NVD Surrender Ready. Okay, so where were we? So I need to start my sentence again. Okay, so we're going to use the find command to look for this file inside the entire file directory. And we're going to look for a specific type, which is a file, and then we're going to specify a size with dash size, and that is 6969C, which stands for bytes. Okay, and every file that we are not able to access, we're going to send all of the error messages over to the dev null device. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, so only this file over here qualifies. So let's read this file and get the password. So we're going to cat, and then we're going to copy this file path and paste it in. And this is the password for the next level, which is the Eleanor level. Okay, so we're going to copy the password, and we're going to add it to our password list. So we just have to remember that Eleanor is the username. We're going to echo this out to 8, and it is Eleanor. And this is the password. Okay, so let's exit this level, and let's log in to the next level. So the next level is going to be Eleanor. Have to spell that correctly. And the password, we're going to paste it in, and then we're logged in. Let's take a look at the mission.txt file for this level. Okay, so this is level 8, and it says the user Victoria has left her password in a file in which the owner is the user Violin. All right, so this is another level where we have to use the find command. So it's going to be find, and then in the entire file system, and then so we're going to look for a file that is owned by the user Violin, and we're going to look for the type. It's going to be a file, so type F. So we're looking the entire file system for the owner, for the Violin user, which owns the file, and the type of file is the regular file F, and we're going to put all of the error messages in the dev null device so that we don't see error messages. So let's run this. And the only file that qualifies is this one right here in the user local games directory, and it's called yo. So let's read that file, copy the file path and paste it in, and then run that command. This is the password for the next level. So the next level is the Victoria user. So we're going to record this in our password file, copy this, and we're going to record this as level 9, and this is Victoria, and the password is this. Zohaib, hello. Hello, nice to see you. Nice to see you here. You seem to be visiting quite a bit lately, so welcome. We're just doing walkthroughs for these CTF labs over here. If you know how to run SSH, you can join in with us. So we've got some information. So if you wanted to join us in the current level that we're working in. Okay, we're currently on level 9 of this challenge. So if you want to join in with us, you would use the following SSH command. So let me grab. So I'll grab the command and put it in chat just in case you want to join in. And let me paste in the password as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next level. So we're going to log in to the next level, which is Victoria. And it's going to ask us for the password. So we just need to copy the password and paste it in. We're going to be working on these labs for the next 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to move on to something else. We're going to paste in the password and then log in. So let's take a look at what we have to do in this mission by reading the mission.txt file. Okay, so this is mission 9, and it says the user Ela has left her password in a zip file. So here's the zip file, password.zip. So we just need to unzip it, and then we can access it. Zohaib says, I heard that macOS should be your primary device as a cybersecurity expert because Windows can be hacked easily. Is this true? Well, I would say that as long as you're practicing proper cybersecurity, then it doesn't really matter what type of machine you use to do cybersecurity. It is true that there's less malware being developed for Apple machines. So, but it's basically whatever preference you have. So if you like using Mac, use Mac. If you like using Windows, use Windows. If you like using Linux, use Linux. But you shouldn't you shouldn't let stuff like if you're not doing dumb things as far as cybersecurity is concerned, you can use whatever OS that you want to. But yeah, so that's my advice on that. All right, so moving on. So we've got this password.zip file. The thing is that we can't unzip this this file inside of this directory because we don't have write permissions in this directory right here. So what we need to do is we need to move this over to a temporary directory. So we're going to make a directory. So we're going to make dir, and inside of the temporary directory, we're going to make this hidden, ... and I'm going to call this HackerFrog. Okay, so we're going to make this directory, and then we're going to move the password file into it. So to move the file into it, it's going to be copy password.zip into /temp/ ... HackerFrog, and we're going to call this password.zip. Okay, so that's going to copy the password.zip file into this directory, and let's move into that directory now. So we're going to copy the file path. Oh, we just need to copy this part of the file path. Okay, and then we see that the password.zip file is in here. Let's unzip it. So if this is a password file, if this is a zip file, and let's just use the file command to make sure that it is. Okay, let's unzip it. So the command is just unzip password.zip. Okay, and Zohaib says one more thing. I saw a YouTuber who has a system that if anybody accesses his PC using any desk, it gets the access of the other person's PC easily and the video on the scam caller. Oh, okay. I think you might be talking about one of the anti-scam YouTubers. So that could be someone like Jim Browning, or it could be, oh gosh, what is his name? Kit Boga. So Kit Boga and Jim Browning are two really famous YouTube channels that do anti-scam stuff. So if we take a look on YouTube, so Kit Boga does a lot of anti-scam stuff. And does he upload a lot? So maybe, okay, he uploads pretty frequently. So, and there's also Jim Browning. So Jim Browning is the other really famous anti-scamming YouTube channel. Let's see. So how does that happen? Well, I'm not exactly sure how that happens, but there's probably some sort of honeypot set up, so that when the scammers try to access his honeypot, then the honeypot will try to install something on the scammer's computer. But I'm not exactly sure how it works. You might want to watch those videos and get a better sense of it that way. But let's continue on our CTF labs. Okay, so we've just unzipped this file over here. So it unzipped to these directories, pwned, Victoria, password.txt. So let's read this file. We just need to copy the file path and paste it in. And this is the password for the next level. So we just need to copy this. And then in our other tab, we're going to create this entry in our password file. So this is the ELA user with this password right here. Okay. Zohaib says, did they make the system themselves? Well, I'm not sure because well, I mean, you'd have to watch their videos to find out, because I'm not exactly sure what kind of software they're using. This isn't something that I deal with very often, but you could probably learn something by watching the video and taking a look at how they pull off this kind of counter scam stuff. Okay, so let's log in to the next level, which is the ELA user, ISLA. We're going to copy this password. So on our terminal, we're going to exit. And we're going to log in as the ELA user. We're going to paste in the password. Now let's take a look at what the mission.txt file says about this level. Okay, so this is mission 10. So it says the password of the user Violet is in the line that begins with this right here. So A9HFX, these 5 characters are not part of her password. Okay. Let's see, Zohaib says, I do watch their videos, but they don't talk about it in detail. They just said that they have the system and it does this. Do you know Scammer Payback? Scammer Payback. I think I've heard of that channel before, Scammer Payback, but I haven't watched any of the videos. So what I would do, Zohaib, is I would watch the video and I would listen for the name of the software that they're talking about. So if you know the name of the software they're using, then you can look up that software. You can use either Google or ChatGPT, and you can probably figure out how the software works if you have a name, if you have the name of the software. So as far as scammer payback, I think I might have heard of that channel before, but I don't know I haven't watched any of those videos. So let me just take a look at what is going on. Okay, so the password of the user Violet is in the line that begins with this right here. But these 5 characters are not part of her password. So we've got this file over here that we need to look into. So we're going to cat into that, cat passy. And this is another file that has a lot of strings in it. So what we need to do is we need to use the sed command again. So sed is a powerful tool for searching for text inside of a file, and we can use it with the -n, and we're going to set the parameters inside of our single quotes, and we're going to run it on the passy file over here. So if we remember, we need to set up a pattern. So we're going to set up the pattern with /, and we're going to end the pattern with another / and a p for this line. And inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to specify that it begins by using the tilde over here. Oh, sorry, it's not a tilde, it's a caret. And then the string that it needs to begin with, which is A9 capital HFX. Okay, so let's run this command. And we see that this is the password right over here. So we need to ignore these first 5 characters right here, and we need to copy the rest of this. So we're going to copy the rest of this, and we're going to record this as the password for the Violet user. So inside of our other terminal, we're going to record this as level 11, and the user's name is Violet, and we need to paste in the password over here. Okay. All right, so Zahib says the channel that I told you about has close to 8 million subs. So that seems like a lot of subs as far as like cybersecurity channels is concerned. You also say, by the way, do you have knowledge of IoT? So IoT devices, I don't know too much about IoT devices. This is IoT devices are on a long list of topics that I really want to explore in the future. There's only there are too many things inside of hacking that I really want to know about. But if you want to know about IoT device hacking, try Hackme. Has a great couple of modules on IoT devices. So let me try searching for it. So IoT. So there's Intro to IoT Pen Testing, and let's see. I think this would probably be a good beginning if you want to look into IoT stuff. Let me grab the link for this. So if you have an account over at tryhackme.com, you should be able to access this room. So it looks like it's a free room, so you don't need a subscription to access it. And it talks a bunch about IoT devices. If you wanted to get started looking at IoT stuff, then maybe you could try accessing this room over here. I haven't personally gone through this room myself, but I did see it while I was searching through the rooms on the TryHackMe website. Okay, so let's try doing one more level before we switch over to our other topic. Okay, so let's go back and exit from this level. So this time we're going to be logging in as the Violet user. And we're going to need to supply the password. Let me grab this password. Oh, I need to supply it to the SSH terminal. So in this level, this is level 11, and it says the password of the user Lucy is in the line that ends with 0JUAZ. These last 5 characters are not part of her password. So this is the opposite version of the previous level, where we're looking for a particular string that starts with something. In this case, we're looking for a particular string that ends with specific characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the sed command one more time, and it's going to be -n. And we're going to put the parameters between the single quotes, and we're going to be using it on this file over here, which is called end, E-N-D. So the pattern we're looking for is going to be between these slashes, and we're going to put the P at the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to supply the end of the string, which is 0JUAZ, and we're going to specify the end of the string by using the $sign at the end here. So when we run the command, then this is the password right over here. But what we need to do is we need to ignore the last 5 characters here. So we're just going to copy this part of the line, and this is going to be the password for the next level. So that is the Lucy user. So let's put this in as level 12, and this is the Lucy user, and we're going to paste in the password. Okay. All right. So Hybe says, I've been following security for some time, and I'm learning it as well, but now I am taking it seriously. So where do you learn this thing? Some course or blog website, or docs to read to learn it? More deeply and advanced levels. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is so cybersecurity is a very big field, and there are a lot of different specializations inside of cybersecurity. So I did a video a long time ago talking about some of the specializations inside of cybersecurity. If you want to, you can take a look at it. Let's go ahead and find that on my YouTube page. So let's search, and so how do I get into cybersecurity? This is from last year. It's almost a year old, this video. So I'm going to copy the link, and I'm going to provide it to everybody in chat. So you don't need to necessarily watch the video, but I'll just tell you what's in the video right now. So inside of cybersecurity, there are a lot of different specializations. So let's just get some. It is not fun watching YouTube on the Kali Linux machine. But let's wait for the ads to finish. Just a second. Okay, so I made this video at the very start of my YouTube career. So there's not. It's a pretty old looking video. So cybersecurity, okay. And what are the roles inside of cybersecurity? So there are basically two major divides inside of cybersecurity. There's offensive roles where people try to emulate bad people, and there are red team roles, so red colored roles where people try to defend the network from bad guys. Okay, so we're going to go inside the video. We go over a couple of roles inside of cybersecurity that people try to do. So this is the SOC analyst inside of the Security Operations Center. And what they do is they work inside the Security Operations Center to make sure that there's nobody trying to break into the network. And this is a defensive, or otherwise known as blue role. So that they work so that their team, they work with their team to ensure that their organization is protected from cyber threats. So one thing that these people do a lot of is they learn to recognize patterns inside of data. And the next role over here, which is another type of defensive role, is the digital forensics analyst. So this is another defensive role, and they do investigations. So basically, after a company is hacked, they go into the company and they examine all the logs and all the machines that have been compromised, and they try to determine how the bad guys got in and who it might be that did it. And these are the people who investigate companies after big breaches happen. So this is a digital forensics analyst. So next is the malware analyst. So malware analysis is basically taking malware and trying to figure out how it works. It really depends on a lot of low-level programming. Oh, thank you very much for following Dopus 420. Let's give you a little video redeem before we move on, and let's give you all the things. So this is my favorite hacker related rap.
This one's dedicated to all the hackers.
So if you wanted to listen to that song in its entirety, you could probably do so over at YouTube. Let me search it up for you and grab the YouTube link. So it's from Dual Core, all the things. So let's grab, so this is the music video in question. We're not going to watch it because that's something you guys can do on your own time. But here is the link in case you want to take a look. It is it's a really fun song. But yeah, so we're talking about malware analysts. So basically, they do a lot of low-level programming to try to dissect malware samples and figure out how the malware works. So they usually work for big companies or like antivirus companies. Zahib, no problem. Yeah, I'm here to help people try to get into cybersecurity. I really like helping people out, and I feel like we need more people doing cybersecurity. So the other side of the malware analysis is the security researcher, otherwise known as exploit developers. And what these people do is that they figure out how to hack into different types of programs so that they can report these bugs to the software developers, and so that they can patch them. So basically, these people try to figure out ways to hack into different programs, and if they're able to do it, they can help and help make sure that the software remains secure. But this is much more hackery than the other role, which is the malware analyst. Okay, so there's also the network security tester. This is another red team, red-oriented role, offensive security. So network security testers, otherwise known as network penetration testers, they test the security of computer networks on behalf of the network's owners. So basically, people hire network security testers to test their network's security. And if they're able to find a way into the network, then they have to write a report on how the network can be compromised. So this is how these people earn their money. They're paid to break into other people's networks. So the other part of that is the web application security tester. So web application security testing is something that I used to do. and they're basically, it's the same kind of thing. People who are developing web applications, people with websites, they hire people to do testing to make sure that their web applications are safe and secure. So let's see. Zohaib says, it's surprising there are not a lot of people in cybersecurity, where in web dev there is a crazy amount of competition. I wonder what is the reason. Is cybersecurity hard, or what? Harder than web dev? I wouldn't say that it's harder than web dev, but I would say that people don't think of cybersecurity as a typical career path. So if people thought, and the thing is that you don't usually get into cybersecurity directly. You usually come into cybersecurity from another job or another field. So, for example, if you do web development, then that means that you know and understand how web apps work. And if you know that, then you're able to you can probably do web app security testing. The question is whether or not you want to remain a web dev, or if you want to switch over to another industry, which is, so is it worth it to move from web dev into cybersecurity to do web app security testing, for instance? So it's the reason there are not as many. There is a lot of need for people to do web app security testing, because people are coming up with new web apps every day, and they need to be tested to make sure that they're not vulnerable to all sorts of stuff. But these web app security testers, they're hired by the app developers to come and test their websites. And if they find a vulnerability, then they have to do a report, and they have to write about how to remediate, how to fix the web app against the exploit that they found. So there's a lot of report writing in this. So another role that we're talking about is the red teamer, and red teamers are basically they're people who try to emulate big hacker groups, so otherwise known as APTs, and they're offensive security practitioners. So basically, what they try to do is they try to break into networks, but they don't let their customers know that they're coming. They're basically designed to do threat emulation and emulate the type of hacker gangs that might try to break into a website or a network. So Zohaib says, but can't we do web dev and web app security testing at the same time? Well, some people do. Some people do, and some people try to do web dev and web app security testing. There are some roles that blend the two kind of skills. There are people called, I think it's called app security development, or secure app development, and they're in charge of doing security at all phases of the software development lifecycle, the SDLC. And so it's a slightly different role than doing web app security testing, and it's kind of like between web app security testing and web dev. But these red teamers are people who just try to emulate the bad guys and break into networks. They'll also give a big report to their client at the end, but the client doesn't know that they're coming. Is the deal. So people who do network security testing or web app security testing, the client knows that they're being tested against, and they know exactly when the test is going to happen. That's the difference between them and the red teamer. Next is the bug bounty hunter. This is another red role. So bug bounty hunters are independent web app security testers. So basically, bug bounty hunters, they're testing for specific web app vulnerabilities, but they're part of a bounty program that companies sign up for. They sign up for these bug bounty programs. That means that anybody who's signed up on the same bounty website can do web app testing against those companies. So what does it say? I've got something written here. Bounty hunters only test against web apps after signing up for their owner's bounty program, so their work is legal. If issues are found in the client's web app, the issues are exploited, documented, and reported on the issues, and is sent to the client. If the client deems the issue serious enough, a bounty will be paid to the bug bounty hunter. So the problem with these roles is that you're not sure. You're never completely sure whether or not if you find a bug inside of a client's website, that the client is going to pay out. So bug bounty hunters, it's definitely something that I wouldn't recommend to people who are new, but to people who are really good at finding web app security flaws, then with a lot of experience, you could probably move into this kind of role, the bug bounty hunter. Zahaib says, cybersecurity is going to have huge scope in the future. You are lucky if you're in the game right now. Well, cybersecurity isn't going away because people think people say stuff like AI is going to replace cybersecurity. AI doesn't do cybersecurity very well. So I'm going to say that I'm going to predict that in the next 10 years, cybersecurity roles are not going to go away. But AI is very good at helping people do security, but it's definitely not a replacement. So if you want to learn cybersecurity, where do you start? Oh, we've got an ad. Hold on. So there's free learning platforms. So there's a couple I recommend in the video. So there's tryhackme.com. That's a great place to start for free cybersecurity stuff. There's Pico CTF, which I use all the time. This is another great website for learning cybersecurity stuff. If you're doing web app security in particular, I would recommend, let's see, portswigger.net, which Portswigger is the company that makes Burp Suite. And Burp Suite is the industry standard web app security testing tool. So what I would do if you wanted to learn about web app security in particular is go to their academy. So their web security academy, which you can access from this link right here, which I've shared with the chat. And there's also Hack the Box Academy, which is academy.hackthebox.com. It's another great site you can use to access different different cybersecurity topics. But one thing that I really recommend to people who are trying to get into cybersecurity is what else? So definitely learn your computer networking. If you don't know computer networking, you can probably stand to learn a lot from learning the materials in these two certifications right here from CompTIA, the A+ and the Network Plus. I'm not saying you need to get the certifications themselves, but learn the materials, and it'll really help you out when you're doing technical roles in cybersecurity. What else? So there's also Professor Messer is a great resource for people who want to learn about those technical topics in the A+ and the Network Plus courses. So that's another YouTube channel that I really like to recommend to people. The other thing that I really like to recommend to people is to look up your local cybersecurity group. So each big city is going to have a DEF CON or an OWASP group. And so if you live in a city that's relatively large in the world, you should be able to find these. So let's say, Zohaib, you don't need to tell me which city that you live in, but name the biggest city in your area, and we'll see if we can find a cybersecurity meetup so that you can meet other cybersecurity professionals. So let's just say that you're looking for New York, right? So Frankfurt. Okay, Frankfurt sounds like a big city. Frankfurt cybersecurity. Actually, let's look for Frankfurt. What is this? So Frankfurt DEF CON. So these are DEF CON groups. So DEF CON 3 in Germany. So this is in Frankfurt. Let's take a look. So this page over here is this Is this isn't talking about hacker stuff? Hold on. So cybersecurity conferences in Germany. So if you're German, you're probably better off searching for this stuff in German. But let's search for Frankfurt local cybersecurity group. So largest cybersecurity meetup. Oh, so meetup.com is really great for finding these kind of meetups. So there's an OWASP Frankfurt over here. So OWASP is an organization that specializes in web app security, but the people who come to web app security meetups are probably in cybersecurity in general. So let me copy this link. Hacksob Goblin is writing with a party of 10. Thank you very much, Hacksob Goblin. And I hope everybody is having a good night. Hacksaw Goblin, what were you working on tonight? Let's celebrate the extra viewers with a little video redeem. And let's just do Hack the Planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up and get in.
Okay, so everybody, what we're doing is we're looking up the local cybersecurity meetup for people in Frankfurt for one of our viewers. And oh, there's the Stellar Jay. That's my favorite bird. And welcome to the stream, GoPro Slowyo. So one of our viewers was asking about cybersecurity meetups in Frankfurt. Let's open this up, and to anybody who is interested, this is the meetup page for OWASP Frankfurt. So it's an open exchange opportunity for anybody interested in doing information security. So they've got a lot of members, so they're probably doing they're doing an event this month on September 26th. And what you can do is you can go to these meetups and you can meet a lot of
Hack the planet!
Hack the Planet!
Hack the planet! Shut up and get in.
So you can go to these cybersecurity meetups and you can meet a lot of people who are working in the industry. And so to our good friend Dopes 420, you could probably find a lot of people who are interested in cybersecurity by going to this meetup. Zohaib says, people say that AI is going to replace web development. And you also said that a person you know did $25,000 bug bounty for Solana, and then got a 100K offer as a Solana engineer. That's very interesting. Yeah. So the bug bounty turned into a job offer. That's really cool. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that message earlier, Zohab. But yeah. And Zohaib says, did you mention which city is close to you? If not, then that's fine. But what we're trying to say is that if you're looking to get into cybersecurity, your local cybersecurity group, your DEF CON or your OWASP group for the biggest city that's close to you, is probably the best opportunity you have to meet people who are working in the industry. So, for instance, if I were to look up, so Meetup is actually a great site. So my local cybersecurity group also is on meetup.com. But if we were to look for, so Frankfurt, we found a big cybersecurity meetup group for Frankfurt. If we were to do, I don't know, let's say Sydney, Australia. That's not how you spell Australia. Australia, and we're looking for cybersecurity group. Then there's also, we're also using Meetup here. There's a Sydney cybersecurity. Okay, let's take a look and see what this group is all about. So they've got an event that happened in August, and it looks like they have a meetup that happens every month. Oh, does it happen every month? Maybe it doesn't happen every month. But what I would do is I would try to contact the organizers of this group if I lived in Sydney, and I would try to find out when the next meetup is, or if there are other meetups for cybersecurity in the city. And then I would go to one of these meetups and start introducing myself, because people in cybersecurity are generally pretty friendly. There are usually a bunch of nerds, but you probably knew that. But nerds are pretty good people as long as they're the right type of nerd. All right, so what else? So DEF CON groups and OWASP groups. These are the two big types of cybersecurity groups that you're going to find locally. DEF CON groups usually have a mix of people who study and work in cybersecurity in many different roles. So these are the DEF CON groups. The other big groups that you're going to find are the OWASP groups, which are the Open Web Application Security Project groups. They're focused on web security, but the people there are usually hackers in general and infosec people in general, and they're going to be able to introduce you to a lot of other cybersecurity people. And what else? So you would usually search for New York DEF CON group. So if for example, you're looking for groups in New York, you would search for New York DEF CON group, New York OWASP, New York cybersecurity group, stuff like that. If you have a specific city that you're looking to find the local cybersecurity group for, and you're not you don't feel bad about sharing which city that you live in, then you can always type in the chat and let us know, and we can try to search together and find your local cybersecurity group. But yeah, no problem. I'm here to. Zohive says thanks for the advice. I'm happy to give advice, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to introduce people to cybersecurity. Okay, so we just finished doing our walkthroughs for the labs over at Venus at the Hackmyvm.eu website. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a nice easy level machine to start on over at Hackmyvm.eu, and we're going to do it live. Okay, so let's go over to the website and look for a machine. So if you also want to participate, you can make an account over at Hackmyvm.eu over here. And as long as you have a Kali VM and some and VM deployment capabilities, you should be able to join in with us. Okay, so let's find a nice easy machine to tuck into. And we're just going to go to the machines. And we need to sign in again. Let's sign in. Okay, so one more time, machines. And we're going to order by easy machines. And let's see how long it takes the website to process the request. Hold on. So over on the website, we've got a bunch of different virtual machines. And we've got 116 easy machines, 102 medium level machines, and 51 hard machines. So what I like to do is I like to go to the end of the list, because these are posted in order of upload. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to work on some older machines. And let's see. Zohaib says, by the way, why don't you offer your service on platforms like Fiverr or Upwork as a freelancer? Because I get many clients requesting this issue, and I feel bad because I cannot help them. You can do it part-time. Well, what I do is I'm trying to do cybersecurity education, and that's my specialty. And I'm trying to be a content creator who does cybersecurity education content. So, but thank you very much for recommending that for me, Zohaib. Okay, so let's go over to the very last page on the easy machines. Huh, is it? Oh, so there's no last page, it's just a big scroll. Is it? Okay, so let's look for, so this one's called Webmaster. So we were talking about web app vulnerabilities. So let's do this machine called Webmaster. So if anybody's interested in looking at this machine and you're logged into the website, it's over here. So this is my Kali Linux machine, so I'm going to be downloading it from my Windows host. So let me download it on my Windows host and we can start. So just a second while I download it, I need to grab my passwords. Oh, and we can start our music again. So we're gonna start our music because we like to jam out. Let's listen to some tunes. That's better. Okay, just a second while I download the machine. So to anybody who wants to take a look at this, it says, oh, there's no real hints over here. It just says hack and fun. Interesting. All right. So let me download the machine. Hackmyvm, hello. And welcome. I need to head out, but I hope you have a great rest of your stream. Thank you very much for the raid, Hackmyvm. And to anybody who is here who doesn't know about Hackmyvm, Hackmyvm does cybersecurity live streams as well, and let me shout him out for everybody. So if you are on Twitch and you're interested in more cybersecurity content, Hackmyvm is the way to go. I don't think I got the message, Hackmyvm. What were you working on today? Because I'm interested to see what kind of content that you regularly work on. So I'm going to download my virtual machine. But yeah, shout out to Hackmyvm. Zohybe says, can a website hack your PC clicking on random links and opening random websites? I think the problem is that you're probably going, if you keep on clicking on random links, you're probably going to download some sort of file that you shouldn't be opening up. Downloading the file, yeah, well, I think you should be careful opening random links on websites. So I usually try to be careful. The most common places for these random pop-ups from websites are adult websites. So if you're careful around your adult websites, you should be in better shape than most. Okay, so I've downloaded my virtual machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a virtual machine inside of my VirtualBox. Well, the first actually unzip the thing. So hold on for our technical stuff. So I've got my downloads. So this is the Webmaster machine. I'm going to put this in my usual virtual machine folder. You can't see it, but stuff is happening right now. So these are Hackmyvm machines. Let's put this in. Hackmyvm says, I was working on Try Hack Me today because my VIP Plus sub to Hack the Box that I won in a giveaway finally lapsed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're able to get a VIP Plus for Hack the Box again soon. But Try Hack Me is not bad. But if I get it that if you're in a groove as far as Hack the Box is concerned, that you definitely want to stay in that groove. So let me. So right now I'm going to create the virtual machine inside of VirtualBox. So that's an import appliance. Just a second, everybody. This is what happens when you do it live. Zohaib Hassan says, but if a file gets downloaded, you quickly delete it. So I think So what these sites are going to try to do is that they're going to try to download some suspicious files. Hack the planet! Hack the planet! So yeah, they're going to try to. You might click on a link and it might try to download a file for you. If you have your antivirus working, it might pick it up and it might delete it automatically. But what you definitely don't want to do is you don't want to open that file. That's probably the most important part. Okay, so this virtual machine, I'm going to put it on its own network in the NAT network that I've set up, and then I'm going to start the machine. Hacksaw says, I normally stream ethical hacking machines on either Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. I am planning on streaming GOAD one of these days since I have it running on Proxmox. I don't think I know GOAD, so let me just look this up really quick. GOAD. Game of Active... Whoa! Active Directory stuff. Okay. This sounds very interesting. So Active Directory is what you need to know if you want to do network penetration testing stuff, because most companies in the world use Windows machines with Active Directory installed. So that sounds very cool. And yeah, if you were to stream that, I'd love to take a look at what it looks like. So we've got our virtual machine for Webmaster running over here. So what we need to do is we need to find it on the network. So I'm going to use NetDiscover. So let me move over. So we're going to do sudo NetDiscover, and we're going to look for this machine on the network. So it's probably this one over here at 10.2.21. Hacksaw says, I have actually compromised an Active Directory domain in real life in my pen testing internship. Whoa, you've done a pen testing internship before? That's cool. That's really cool. I've never done network penetration testing myself. I've done web app penetration testing. It's not exactly the same thing. Zohaib says Windows itself antivirus software is really good. Yeah, it's if you keep your Windows Defender on, it's Windows is actually pretty good at detecting malware these days. Hacksaw says, yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, if you tell me, do you have your VODs up on YouTube? So just wondering. So if you have a YouTube channel and you put up your VODs on YouTube, then I'd really like to take a look at it. Yeah. Why don't you put the link in the chat and I'll check it out. If you have a direct link to that particular VOD where you covered the game of Active Directory, I'd love to take a look at it. But yeah, so the machine that we're hacking against is at 10.2.21. So let's do some nmap against that. So Zohaib says, one more thing, I went to a website and got a pop to accept the cookies and had the option to reject the cookies, and then I had to click on buy a course. It showed me my country and had a little discount. Oh, that's that doesn't feel good. I haven't streamed it yet. I was planning on streaming it at some point. Oh, okay. But yeah, let me know. Let me know when you I mean, if you're planning to stream it on a particular day, then yeah, I'd love to know. Not sure how I would contact you. You can send me a DM inside of Twitch. So MC25 says GeoIP database. GeoIP database. I guess you could. Yeah. It would get somehow the web app would get your IP, and then it would guess at your country based on your IP address. That's how it happens. Okay, so let's do our nmap scan. Nmap, and we're going to do with these flags against 21, and let's see what shows up. Okay, so we found 3 open ports. Hacksaw Goblin says, okay, you're going to whisper me when you do it. Maybe this Thursday, might take a break from hacking platforms and do some home lab hacking for a change. Well, if you can stream your home lab hacking, that would be pretty exciting as well. Especially if you can share to the other people in the chat how you can set up that kind of infrastructure. That would be a really cool little workshop. But we've got three ports open here: 22 and 53 and 80. So what we can do is we can run another Nmap scan that scans against those ports specifically. And we can also run standard scripts and version information along with that by using these flags right here. Hacksaw says there is a pretty detailed guide about it on the GOAT link you were looking at. The GOAT link. Right. Let me take a look at that one more time. So this is the GitHub page, and I guess this is a project for hacking against Active Directory. So to anybody who wants to take a look at the GitHub page, I'm going to provide it in chat. There you go. Okay, so let's run our Nmap scan against these ports. Hackmyvm says Blaze Bits actually built it using Ludus, which seems to be a lot better way of installing it. I've never heard of. So this is what happens when you hang around a lot of cybersecurity people. They introduce you to all sorts of new technologies. So Ludus, I do not know, but let me look it up real quick. What is Ludus? Advanced penetration tool for creative professionals. It's like Sketch and Keynote had a baby in the cloud. Interesting. Okay. Zohaib says, I think it gets the IP when we accept the cookies because there is no option to reject the cookie. Try ludus.io. Okay. I guess Ludus is a pretty common enough name. It is, did I misspell that? Ludus.io. Well, if you can drop a link in the chat, then that would help a lot. Because oh, Ludux. I typed Lud. Okay, Ludus.io. Okay, so maybe this is playludus.io. What? Ludus game? Ludus.cloud. Okay. So let's check it out. Ludus.cloud. The easiest way to deploy dev/test infrastructure. Okay. You're paid to assess or defend, not configure. Ludus will deploy and configure complex networks with a single command. All right. So this seems kind of similar to, what is that? There was another piece of software that did like rapid deployment rather, but I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm sure it'll come back to me later. But thank you very much for this recommendation. So you say that somebody used Ludus, BlazeBits used Ludus to deploy the GOAD infrastructure. Cool. Ansible? No, it wasn't. Was it Ansible? I can't remember. But I'll tell you if I remember it later. But thank you very much, Hacksaw Goblin, for introducing this this fun new piece of this fun new tool that can be used to deploy infrastructure for learning environments. That sounds really cool. All right, so let's go back and take a look at what we found from the Nmap search, the Nmap scan rather. So we've got port 22 as usual. Okay, this looks like a relatively recent version of OpenSSH. Okay, yeah. Have a great evening, Hacksaw Goblin, and thank you very much for everything today. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you next time. Let's send you out with the I'm root redeem.
What are you?
I'm system root.
Okay. All right, so we've got port 22. We've got port 53, which is usually DNS, and it says, okay, we don't have anything super accurate about this, but we have port 80, which is your typical HTTP port. It says, so it's an Nginx server, and it says the site doesn't have a title. Okay. So what we can do with port 80 is the first thing I like to do is I like to take a look at what's actually running on the website. So let me grab the IP address. So it's 10.02.21. So let's go over to 10.02.21 and see what's here. So it says here, so where did you save your password? Bitwarden, KeePass, TXT, and then they throw the TXT person out of the window. Okay, that's funny. So let's take a look and see if there's anything funny on the page source. So there is this source over here for comic.png, and it says webmaster.hmv. Webmaster.hmv, so does that mean that we're supposed to add this to our etc host file? Maybe. Yeah, that seems Zohaib, hack the planet! Hack the planet! Okay, so let's add this to our etc host file, okay? So we're going to edit our etc host file, sudo nano, and let's put in our domain. So that's webmaster.hmv, and it's 10.02.21. Okay. Okay, so Hive says, I think that is the case. They might be using third-party cookies to get our IP. It's amazing how easily tracking cookies can grab information like your geolocation. I haven't necessarily done a lot of research into it myself, but it's very easy to imagine that it's easy to get your geolocation. So let's save this out, and then let's go back to the web page. So we're going to do webmaster.hmv. Okay, so this is webmaster.hmv, and let's do a quick Nikto scan on this. So Nikto is a web app vulnerability scanner, and the reason I like to use it is because it's very easy to use. You just plug in the name of the website, and it gets a bunch of it can provide some low-hanging fruit vulnerabilities for us to take a look at. So this is webmaster.hmv. Okay. So we've got server Nginx, no CGI directories found, and all the things.
This one's dedicated to all the hackers. Yo.
Drink all the Drink all the booze, hack all the things. That's right. Okay. So this is usually a false positive, so we don't need to pay attention to this. But what we can do is we can run a... Let's take a look at whether or not this is running PHP or not. So we're going to do index.php. So this is not running PHP. I don't think it is. Or we can try HTML. So this is an HTML page. Yeah, okay. So let's see if there is a robots.txt. I don't think there's going to be, but yeah, not found. If there was a robots.txt file, then Nikto would have found it. But looks like there is not. Hold on. Okay. So the next thing we can do is we can try to see if there are any hidden directories using GoBuster. So we're going to clear this, and then we're going to do GoBuster. MC25, Wapalizer, good add-on to have for web. That's true. That is very true. So let's see if we can install it really quick. So I don't have this. It's funny how it's not installed by default on Kali, seeing it's such a useful add-on to have. Or do I? Wait. Extensions. Oh, there is Wapalizer. There's Wapalizer on here. Okay. So we're going to open the extension. And let's go to this page and scan it with Wapalizer. Okay, so we've got Nginx. We've got Nginx for reverse proxies, and we have PHP. Okay, so if PHP actually works on here, then that's great. Let's see. Zohive says cookies are actually more dangerous than you think, especially third-party cookies. I haven't done a lot of investigation on the security of cookies in the past. Just a little bit on how you can change cookie values. But I should probably do more research on the security of cookies and especially malicious cookies. But thank you for the suggestion, MC25. Okay, so let's do a little bit of directory busting. We're going to use GoBuster, and we're going to do it against webmaster.hmv. And we're going to search for PHP as well as HTML and TXT. And let's see if we can find any juicy files or directories on here. Okay, so what do we got? So we've got index.html. So because these two machines are on the same network, this scan is going much faster than it would if we were doing it against something on Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. Let's see if we can find anything juicy. Zahybe says, damn, I was going to tell the same thing. The same thing? Are you talking about GoBuster or Wapalizer? Okay, so 50%. We're just going to leave this to do its thing. Oh, you're talking about the extension. Oh, yeah. Oh, the extensions, yeah. So PHP and HTML and TXT. I guess if we don't find anything, we could look for other file extensions as well. We could look for stuff like zips or back files. But this is a pretty good place to start. And if we don't find anything here, then I'm not sure where to go from here. But because there's not very much as far as oh, you know what? We could look for... Okay. So we've got this PNG right here. So this is a PNG. We could start looking for more PNGs on the web server as well. Comic.png. Okay. So we only found index.html. So we're going to look for different extensions now. So let's look for PNG. and look for GIF, and we look for JPEG, and see if we can find anything here. Okay, so we've got, we got that. Did you watch the Joe Grand video that we mentioned previously? Can you remind me which Joe Grand video that was? I remember looking at a lot of different content creators when we were talking about the TikTok stuff. But let me look it up on YouTube right now. So it's Joe Grand. And I hacked time to recover $3 million from a Bitcoin software wallet. Is that it? So it's funny how I haven't found anything so far. But let's read that comic one more time. So where did you save your password? Bitwarden, KeepPass, TXT. Nothing necessarily. So if anybody in the chat has suggestions as to what we could do next, because I don't seem to be finding anything right now, go ahead and let us know. So let's see. So we did GoBuster, we did Nikto. Filename.txt or subdomain. Oh, subdomains. Interesting. Yeah. That's a good idea. MC25. Filename txt.txt subdomains. Zaib says hacking a Samsung Galaxy for $6 million in Bitcoin. Okay. Let me look up that video and Samsung, and I'll put it on my list of videos to watch for next time. But the subdomain idea from MC25, that's a good thing to try. So we could do GoBuster again. So GoBuster, and this time it is which mode is it for subdomains? It's not sub, it's let me search for it really quick. GoBuster subdomain search. Okay, so subdomain enumeration mode is DNS. Okay, so let's try that. So let's see what the command is. Okay, so that's the dir mode. The DNS mode is this. So the example is D for domain over here, and the W for word list. Okay, so let's try. So D is webmaster.hmv, and the word list is I think there was, hold on. So locate subdomain. I think there was something in seclists. So subdomains top 1,200,000.txt. Okay, so we can grab this word list right here, and we can. So let's search for subdomains on webmaster.hmv. Thank you for the suggestion, MC25. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done subdomain enumeration using GoBuster. Hopefully this comes up with something good. But in the meantime, so this might go on for maybe 5 minutes or so. Let's see if we can find something to do. MC25 says, just pray we don't need to UDP scan something and all. Oh no, yeah, UDP scanning is, I don't even want to do UDP scanning. But you know what? We could try doing UDP scanning on the top 100 ports. So maybe over here, we could do nmap. So it's, is it SU for UDP? And what is the one for UDP top 100 ports? Let me look it up. Nmap UDP top 100 ports. Okay, so it's nmap-su. And how do you do top 100 ports again? Hack the planet! Hack the planet! So let's look up top. Top is not here. So nmap top ports scan. Okay, so let me look this up real quick. So dash dash top ports and then a number of ports. Okay. So dash dash top ports and then 100, and we're going to do it against webmaster.hmv. Oh, we need to do sudo. Thank you very much for the video redeems, Zohaib. Zohaib, thank you very much. Okay, let's take a look at our progress. So we didn't find any subdomains. Am I using the wrong list? Or am I using the wrong subdomains top 1,200,000? Let's see if there's another DNS, so another subdomains list that we could try. Oh, but you know what? What we could try? We tried good old, what is it called? User share word lists. Dirbuster. And then directory list medium. Directory list 2.3 medium. Medium.txt. Okay. Let's see if we get any matches here. So we found port 53 UDP is open. So this is DNS, as far as I know. How do you do pen testing against DNS? So let's do a quick search for pen testing DNS. So it is Hacktricks. The Stellar Jays. These are my favorite birds. Let's see, DNS port 53. So it doesn't look like we're getting any hits for the subdomain so far. 100k subs, 1k subs soon. Yeah, well, I think we're gonna hit 900 pretty soon. Thank you very much for the hype. Thank you very much for the hype, Zohaib. All right, so let's go over to pentesting DNS over in Hacktricks. So, allowing users to access websites through. Okay, I think DNS might be the way in. But different DNS servers. So enumeration, banner grabbing. So there aren't banners in DNS, but you can but you can grant the magic query. What is this? You can perform this query using dig. Moreover, the tool fpdns can also fingerprint the server. It's also possible to grab the banner with an nmap script. Okay, so I know how to use, well, I've used nmap before, so let's maybe use nmap. So this is the script we're looking for. Let's copy that. And let's run a little nmap scan. So over here, so nmap against port 53. And we're going to run this script. And we're going to, let's see how it turns out. DNS NSID. Okay, bind version not currently available. Okay, so this didn't go anywhere. 902 subs currently, says Zohai. Thank you very much for the update. Okay, any record. The record any will ask the DNS server to return all available entries that is willing to disclose. So dig any, okay, at DNS IP. So let's try using dig. So I remember using dig in a couple of my cybersecurity courses really early on, when I was looking at stuff at in the OSCP, but I haven't had to use the dig tool very much recently. So this is going to be webmaster.hmb. Is this DNS IP? So I guess I need to put in the DNS IP over here. Oh, okay. So we've got these subdomains right here. So NS1 and root. Okay, thank you very much to MC25, who suggested doing subdomain enumeration, and who also suggested doing the UDP stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at these subdomains and see if anything interesting arrives from this. Okay, so let's add these to the list, the host file. Okay, so let's see. We're going to sudo nano etc hosts. And I think this is the way we do it. Okay, so we're going to save this. Cool. All right, so let's do some more directory busting. MC25 says if those really exist, root should have been in the word. It should have been in the word list. We're still doing this. It could be that my GoBuster syntax is incorrect, and that's why it's not working. But I'm not sure. But that dig command was actually very helpful. Let's try doing some more GoBuster. So we're looking for. Let's look for.
Is this a hacking?
Is this a hacking? Anytime you're using a terminal, you're doing a hacking. That's true. So txt and php, and let's do it against. Let's try the root subdomain first, and see if we turn up anything. Unable to connect. No such host. No such host? Did I do... Is this not how you do it? Am I supposed to leave a space if I want to do multiple entries here? Let's try it this way. Oh, MC25 says spaces, I believe. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, now it's working. Had a lot of fun. Got a lot learning from you. Thank you for being here, Zohaib. Are you leaving now? Thank you very much for coming by and participating in the stream. It's been fun having you around, and it was good talking. Yeah. We'll see you next time. Let's send you away with one more redeem. This time is going to be the frog song. See you next time. So if you feel like hacking against this machine yourself, you can always go over to
Hack the planet!
Hack the Planet.
Planet!
You can always go over to Hackmyvm.eu over at this page right here and download the VM yourself. And you'll find that link in the chat. Okay, so it didn't find anything in the root subdomain, so let's try one in the NS, was it NS1? Let's look really quick. So I'm going to stop doing the subdomain enumeration here. So ns1.webmaster.hmv. Okay, let's take a look. So let's see. Yeah, see you later. See you later, Zohaib. Once again, thanks for such valuable content and learning. Peace out. Peace out. See you next time. But so we got this subdomain. Let's take a look at the Hacktricks page and see if there's anything else we could try with DNS. So Hacktricks, zone transfer. Okay, so try zone transfer by guessing the domain. Print hello world. Print hello world. That's some Python syntax right there. Cyber nerd Dante, welcome to the stream, and welcome, and thank you for the Python. All right, so let's give you a fun redeem. This one is for the Northern Flicker, otherwise known as the No Flicker, and this is a fun woodpecker. So there's also a Metasploit module for enumeration on DNS, so we could try that as well. Reverse DNS reverse of all addresses. DNS recon. Do we have this installed? Let me see if this is installed on Kali. DNS recon. Oh, it's here. Cool. But yeah, we didn't manage to. You know what? We could manually investigate these web pages ourselves just to see if there's anything interesting here. So let's go over to the root subdomain first. Oh, I don't think I did the so HTTP. Okay, so this looks like the same. So this is the same content right here. Okay, and the other one was NS1, right? So NS1. So this is all the same content. Doesn't necessarily help me too much. We could also run nicto against these really quick. Nicto, ns1, and after that we'll run it against the root subdomain. Definitely some DNS stuff I've never seen or tried. So if you want to take a look at the page that I was looking at over at Hacktricks, this is it in the chat. Okay, so let's see. So Nicto didn't find anything in this one, but let's check the root one. So after this, we can try out the Metasploit module. So it's MSF console, and then try out the this module right here, which is called, what was it again? Auxiliary gather enum underscore DNS. So let's try that. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I think it was use this, and let's take a look at the options. So let's see, we have to set a domain, and then we have to, okay, so we need to set the domain. So we're going to set domain, and it's going to be webmaster.hmv. And what else need we to set for this module? So I don't think there are any other things that we need to set up for this module in order to run it. So I'm just going to run it. So run. So querying all this stuff right here. Auxiliary module execution completed. So does it have anything for me? Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Oh gosh, how do you use these things again? Show description? Show H, okay. So all encoders, NOPs, Show info, show info. This module can be used to gather information about domain for a given DNS server by performing various DNS queries, okay? So word list of subdomains. When we it has a default one right here. Strangely, we didn't get any information from this. Unfortunate. Okay, so what should we do? Maybe we'll try another tool. So what was the tool? DNS Recon. Okay, so DNS Recon, we can look for the reverse of all these addresses. Zone transfer. Okay, we can look for zone transfer. Cyber Nerd Dante says maybe the word list is short. Maybe it is short. Could be. Maybe I should supply another word list. Hold on. So word list, let's grab another word list. Locate subdomain. So we've got our subdomains. So there's a lot of them over here. Let's grab, what is that, 100,000? Is that 1,000,000? I don't think we need that many. Maybe we'll try 20,000. So let's try this file for our word list. Okay, so it's a set word list and then the file path. Okay, and let's try running this again. Wow, it was able to do that really quickly. I find it very strange that I wasn't able to find anything. Okay. All right, so let's try the DNS recon command. So we're looking for zone transfer over here. Let's see if we can find something with this. Okay, so in our other tab, we're going to do our, so the IP address is this, and the domain is webmaster.hmv. And let's see if we can find anything here. So performing general enumeration against the server, checking for zone transfers, okay, NS1, zone transfer failed, okay. So let's look at a couple of other techniques over here to see if there's anything we missed. So DNS is that was a good call. DNS subdomains BF. What does BF stand for? DNS recon B subdomains. Let's try one with DNS recon over here. MC25 says maybe brute force. Brute force subdomains? Maybe. So the domain and the IP, let me just plug in the IP and let's plug in the domain. So webmaster.hmv and then so for the word list, let's grab a big word list. So we're going to exit out of here, and we're going to grab top. Is that 1,000,000? That's top 1,000,000. Let's see if this works. Okay, in the other tab, we'll plug this in. Okay, so let's see if we're able to find any. Oh, BF equals brute force. Okay, okay. Okay, no SRV records found for webmaster.hmv. So it could be that I've got some sort of syntax error in my command, and that's why it's not going through. Let me check my host file one more time. Webmaster.hmv, ns1.webmaster.hmv, root.webmaster.hmv. So subdomain brute force, Active Directory servers. I don't think we're dealing with Active Directory in this case. Query PayPal subdomain. IPv6. Brute force using AAA requests to gather IPv6 of the subdomains. I don't suspect that we're dealing with IPv6 stuff, but maybe this is something we can investigate later if we run out of options. DNS recursion DDoS. DDoS we're not going to do. Config files, references, automatic commands. So I'm going to go back to the top of this entry and let's see if we can find something that we might have missed. So DNS, different DNS root servers. They manage the top level domains. Okay. So banner grabbing. There aren't banners in DNS, but we can query by using dig. So we got our initial results by using dig. So maybe we can try. We can try using more dig to see if there's anything to find. I think we used this command right here to get our initial subdomains right there. So I think in this command we replace @DNS with the domain. Let's try that. So the domain is webmaster.hmb. So we got something. I don't necessarily know how to read this stuff. This is where my lack of knowledge regarding DNS really shows through. I think I should do more research on DNS before I do more testing against this machine, and I think it would really help me to better understand pen testing against DNS and the DNS technology itself, because it would definitely be something that would help me out as far as web app hacking is concerned. But I think I might call it here. I'm about 20 minutes over what I usually do for night streams. But thank you very much to everybody who participated in the chat today. Our good friends like MC25 and Cybernerd Dante, and our friend Zohaib Hassan over on YouTube. You guys really helped me out when I was doing this pen testing over here. Thank you very much. And to anybody who is looking to get into cybersecurity, Cybernerd Dante, hell, thank you very much for subscribing. Cybernerd Dante, are you in the infosec scene right now, or have you are you in the industry, or are you a student? Because we were talking about joining the infosec industry earlier, and how you can search for local cybersecurity meetups. So, for example, if you lived in a big city like Toronto, and you're looking for cybersecurity meetup, you could probably find one on places like meetup.com. So usually the best thing to do is to meet up with cybersecurity professionals in person and get to know them, start talking, and that's the best way to get into cybersecurity. But thank you very much, everybody, MC25 and Cybernerd Dante. We'll see you next time, and I'm going to be streaming again actually tomorrow. We're going to be back tomorrow. Cybernerd Dante says, I'm trying to break into the industry. I just play CTFs and bug bounty right now. I'll definitely look into meetups though. I never thought of that, honestly. Well, it's actually your first job in cybersecurity is you're probably going to get it through connections that you make in the community, and that's the best way to do it. So definitely go to your local cybersecurity meetup and start making friends. It's a great way to meet cool new people. All right, so let's find somebody to raid. We like to introduce new cybersecurity streamers to everybody over here, and there's a great website called infosecstreamers.com, and that's where you're going to find all the people who are infosec streamers on Twitch and YouTube. But it looks like nobody except me is on infosec streams right now, so we're going to check Twitch really quick to see if there are any cool people on Twitch who are on right now. And let's find somebody in...
Mr. Hat, may I please be excused from class?
Well, Kyle,
Yes.
you hear me? You go to
Hack.
you go to
Hack.
and you
Have a great day.
Have a great day. You go to Hack and you have a great day. So there's this one channel called the Science channel, and they're all about science and technology. So we're going to raid that channel. Please stick around and raid the channel and tell them that the Shy Hat sent you, okay? We're gonna raid, let's see, Science_streams. But before we do that, we're gonna do one last Hack the Planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet! Shut up again!
And hey, 8-Bit Boy redeemed the Go to Hack. Wow. Yeah, thanks for being here, 8-Bit Boy. And let's raid. We will see you next time, and have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow.